Hi, this is Mrs. Pope from Roger Bacon High School, and today we are going to be working on dividing polynomials. Hopefully you've already done your long division problems, and so now we're going to be doing long division with polynomials. It looks scarier than it is, but the concept is exactly the same as dividing regular numbers with long division. So the first thing that we need to take into consideration is that when we're dividing, we have this here, the 3x minus y, it's a binomial, by another binomial. We want to start with the term here, the first term. This is what you're looking to divide. So you want to ask yourself, if I were to divide this first term here, 12y, we're going to ignore the others for now. So you ask yourself, what do you have to multiply 3y by to get 12y? That's how you're dividing 12y by 3y. So what do you have to multiply 3y by to get 12y? Well, 3 times 4 is going to give me 12, and that will give me 12y, so I have 4 here. But now when we go back, we take the 4 times 3y, which would be 12y, and then we have to also take the 4 times the 1. So minus 4 times 1 would be 4. Just like long division, we subtract 12y minus 12y, 0. Negative 4 minus negative 4 would be negative 4 plus 4, which would be 0. So once we end up with 0, we have no remainder. This is our final answer. I will be doing a few of these, so don't worry. All right, the next one, number 2, that you have on your paper, should say x minus 3 divided by x squared minus 3x. So what we have here, again, we're going to just first look at this x and see how many times it can go into x squared. Well, x times x is x squared, and the reason I'm writing my x over here, I like to keep everything lined up. I want to keep everything in line. See how my x's are here, my x squareds are here. You may have seen those lines in elementary school when you learned long division. But anyway, so I take my x times x, and I would end up with x squared, and then the x, keep my minus, x times 3, 3x, voila. If I subtract, these are gone, 0. So I have no remainder, so my final answer is just x. Let's try I'm doing all 6 of these with you. So 4a plus 3 divided by 8a squared plus 6a. If you would like more of a challenge, pause these, try them, and then come back when you're done and see if you get the same answer. So check. How many times is 4a going to 8a squared? Well, 4 times 2 would be 8, and then I also need a because I only have 1a. So check. 2 times 4, 8. a times a squared. Now 2a has to be multiplied by 4a, which is 8a squared. 2a times 3, 6a. Subtract. These happen to all be the same, so I have no remainder. It's all done. My final answer is 2a. Pause if you need to. Go at your own pace. Number 4, 2r minus 5 divided by 6r cubed minus 15r squared. 2r, ask yourself, how many times is 2r going to 6r cubed? 2 times 3 would be 6. R times r squared would be r cubed. So then if we multiply out, 3 times 2, 6, r times, remember this is like an r to the 1, r cubed, minus, that minus comes from here. I'm just carrying down my minus. So 3r times 5, 3r squared times 5 is 15r squared. Luckily, again, they're the same. They cancel out. Final answer. All right, 2 more. Flip on the back. Number 5, a plus 5 divided by a squared plus 6a plus 5. Check. A squared. What do you have to multiply a by to get a squared? A, and then we're going back. A times a squared. A times 5, 5A. Now let's see. If I subtract, this goes away, because that's 0, but 6 minus 5, I'm left with 1A here. And then, just like long division, you have to carry down what's left, this 5. So we have to start all over again. So we have to ask ourselves, now we're done with this. Oh, don't get rid of my A. I wanted to get rid of my, there we go. How many times does A, what we're looking at now is, how many times A goes into 1A? Well, of course, just once. So plus 1. 1 times A, again, 1 times A, 1A. 1 times 5, plus 5. Subtract these, now we end up with 0 with no remainder. Our final answer is A plus 1. Last one for today. Number 6, x plus 2 divided by x squared plus 11x plus 18. X times x. X goes into x squared. Sorry, how many times? That would just be x, or 1x. So we have x squared plus 2x. Subtract. These cancel out. 11 minus 2 will be 9x plus, carry it down, 18. X goes into 9x, well, 9 times, plus 9. 9 times x, 9x. 9 times 2, 18. Subtract, they're the same, we end up with 0. Final answer, x plus 9. Hopefully this helps a little bit. If you need to watch it again, it's only 7 minutes. So watch it again, make sure you understand it. Remember, you are responsible for your learning. Have a good night.